It's advantage Arsenal at the top of the Premier League after Manchester City dropped more points in the title race, but they have the formidable task of taking on defending champions Liverpool at the Emirates tonight, live on Sky Sports. Arsenal have the chance of going 8 points clear at the top, while Liverpool sit 14 points behind them. Mikel Arteta has defended Liverpool's poor season despite spending almost £450 million in the summer.
The previous year they didn't spend much and they managed to win the Premier League, so that's football and that's the reality of that. At the end you need a lot of things to go your way to be champion, and almost everything has to be perfect, and the moment you have issues around the squad or with players injured or whatever it is, then it's not that perfect, and we all have gone through those stages, and we all go through those stages throughout the season, and we have to navigate through that.
They can score from open play, they can score from set pieces, they can very good ideas about build up, can play a long ball, so it's a complete. They have the complete package, and that's for that reason they are, in my opinion, they deserve to be on top this season. Me for sure is looking forward to this game because. It's always nice to be part of a Liverpool game, but especially if you face the Real Madrids or Arsenals or City or these kind of games.
Right, Darren McAnthony is here until midday. Right, I know that if Arsenal win, they'll be 8 points clear, and you still fancy Manchester City. But that's more a Manchester City and Guardiola thing, isn't it?
Sure.
Rather than you just don't.
Yeah, that's based on probably manager more so than teams. The Arsenal have been superb, but even if they go 8 points, 10 points clear, I'm still not convinced until we get to March. I think, as a legend once said, squeaky bum time separates the men from the boys. So I'm not ready to coronate them champions just yet. Tonight with Liverpool, it can go either way for me. It'll either be an Arsenal will batter them, or Liverpool will get a resilient win. I will be terrified every time Liverpool concede a corner tonight. I'll be hiding behind the couch because of how Liverpool are defending set pieces and Arsenal how good they are at scoring from them. So it'll be fascinating to see if Slot can get his better players, who've been a bit under par this season, to collectively have an 8, 9 out of 10, because that's what it's going to need tonight to win.
On tonight's game specifically, how much pressure would be on Arne Slot to get something? Because he has spent a lot of money. Liverpool are the champions, but they're so far behind Arsenal. You can't really call it a free hit when it's Liverpool.
No, 100%. It's like we're all worried as Liverpool fans about this game tonight. Ask us 5 months ago and we wouldn't have worried about this game. We would expect to go there and potentially win. It's just because of performances, not necessarily results, over the last couple of months, the way we look aesthetically on the eye, it's not as pleasing. The best thing to happen for Liverpool tonight would be to go there, get a nice 2-0 win, a clean sheet, and look good on the eye. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but that would be an ideal scenario. So if there's ever a time for Arsenal to start that wobble, tonight, please.
All right, Sky Sports are partnered with Finalysis to discover true fan opinion. To have your say on your club, download the Finalysis app now, or you can scan that QR code which is on your screen. Right, we're joined now by Arsenal fan Scarlett Katz-Roberts and Liverpool supporter Sarah Luca. Good morning to both of you. Scarlett, is this the biggest ever night at the Emirates?
I sound like a football manager, but, isn't every night the biggest night in a title run? Villa felt absolutely huge last week, and we came over that hurdle, and this is the next one. What I'll say about this is I'm really excited, and I hope the atmosphere reflects that. I know that there's something planned pre-game, and I just hope this turns out to be one of those wins that you remember on the way to a title. But is this the biggest night ever? That feels like something I can only answer if we've lifted the title in May.
Well, Sarah...
Or it'll be a big night if they lose and then suddenly go off a cliff and, City and us catch up.
Good. Oh, Sarah, you said if you could catch up, so...
I love the optimism.
You haven't given up on the title, then. It sounds like you haven't given up on the title.
And until it's mathematically out of our reach, I cannot give up.
See, a positive fan there. Positive fan. We like that. Can you believe, though, Sarah? Let's say I said to you after 4 or 5 games this season, you're going to go into this game on the 8th of January, 14 points behind Arsenal. What would you have said?
You're mad. Like, seriously, when I can't remember a time when I've been this scared of Arsenal, like, ever. Like, I don't know what has happened to us. It's crazy. It's why I'm wearing my black shirt today. One, Alison can't let anything in, and two, I'm in mourning still of kind of, how we look on the pitch, not necessarily the results, because Slot has stopped the rot. But I just can't identify a lot of our players from last season. And that is what's really, really hurt us.
Scarlett, would you have believed that you'd be 14 points ahead of Liverpool?
No, and I think, Dara and I were chatting at the beginning of the season about how close we felt this title race was going to be. Yeah. Certainly, Lola, my Liverpool supporting twin, was very chirpy at that time of the season. She was talking about Liverpool putting their foot on the throat of the rest of the division. But that's not how things panned out, and I think sometimes things break for you. They broke for Liverpool last season. Yeah. They've broken for Arsenal this season, which feels like finally. And I think we've also made our own luck. I still think we could have been having a very different conversation if Wirtz had hit the ground running, if Isak was fit and firing. Yeah. And they may yet turn out to be good. So yes, I'm surprised there's a massive gap, but am I surprised that things can go wrong quickly in the Premier League? No.
No, this could be, tonight's game could be a get-right game for Liverpool. They've had so much aggro, a lot of negativity about performances, too many top players, McAllister, Van Dijk, Konate, players who haven't played at that top form. They go to Arsenal tonight and almost upset, the odds and go and win. It's almost a get-right game for the season ahead. And it could set Liverpool up for not just this season, but for next season. And if we do put a wobble into you guys, I'll have to apologise, Scarlett, because I know how much this title means to you guys. But it's going to be a fascinating game. It could be the game of the season tonight.
But to me, it feels ridiculous that we would be speaking about this game in those terms, in terms of Liverpool winning being an upset. They're still Liverpool. Yeah. This is the biggest, if not one of the biggest clubs in the country, in the world. So it's a massive game. And I don't think Arsenal fans should underestimate that at all.
No.
Sarah, you were trying to jump in there.
We all know that we're so frustrating, right? We know we can turn it on against the big boys, and we will probably tonight. And that is what is so frustrating as a Liverpool fan right now. If we win tonight, yes, we'll be incredibly happy, but we'll also be like, why the hell have they not been doing that all season? And we could see that happen tonight. Either a 1-0 or a 2. It would be good to do a 1-0 at Arsenal, wouldn't it? But a 2-1, and we might just do that, and we might fight to the death like we have done in previous games at the start of the season.
How much pressure is on Arne Slot, Sarah?
Oh, it's immense. I mean, if you look at the Finalysis ratings of managers, it's 1 point above Amarin Slot's fan rating, and Amarin's gone. I think if we are annihilated tonight, I hope that won't happen. Surely the club has got to think about a plan B.
Oh, really?
And I think that plan B might be Stevie Gerrard coming in an interim and then waiting for Alonso. And I hate saying that, because then we'd be like Man United, trying to bring the Liverpool way back by bringing a legend back in. Now, I hope that doesn't happen. I am very much behind Slot, and I think he'll be great, a great manager, and great, hopefully, at Liverpool. But if it's a 5-0 loss, surely the club has got to do something.
Dara, 5-0 loss, Slot out.
That's my concern tonight. And Sarah's absolutely right about the ratings and the way people are feeling about Slot. You read the stuff on their social media. Every time Liverpool have a draw or a loss, it's quite horrendous. You see people talking about a manager who's just won the Premier League title. So I do worry tonight that if Arsenal turn up and are as good as they can be, and we're just not at it, that they could batter us tonight. But I'm in that mind of, it's either going to be a tight Liverpool win or a battering from Arsenal. I'm not sure the board at Liverpool are going to fire Arne Slot for that. I think they know we have issues, and there are bigger issues. There's still areas to address squad-wise in the next couple of windows. I think it's too early to be getting rid of a manager who's just won the Premier League, who's just finally getting his own players. And, yes, it's not pretty to watch. It's not sexy to watch the football, but he definitely needs time. I think we need some of the players back that are injured. There's been some of that going on. But I do worry tonight. Regards Steven Gerrard and people like that, forget those conversations. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, if we have to go for any manager in the summer, we know who we're bringing back for his final soiree for the next few seasons. There's only one guy.
No. But I just can't believe the drop off, like not only on kind of points and performance, but also if it's true that Semenyo goes to City and that Gay goes to City, the fact that in the summer we were winning on any player we wanted, and then now we had talks with Semenyo in November, like he would fit straight into the squad, especially with Mo Salah out, can work on left and right. If he goes to City, he might be a bench warmer more than
There's one word in football, Sarah, that you have to understand in the way it works. Now, I own a football club and I'll tell you, momentum. You have momentum, you lose momentum.
Yep.
And it's vicious either way sometimes. And at the moment, in the summer, Liverpool had all the momentum. They started the season with momentum. You look at it now, there is no momentum. Everything is just awful, and we need to sack the manager, and the players are crap, and they're not as good as they were last year. You win 5 games in a row, Arsenal lose 2-3 games in a row. You ask Scarlett over there about the word momentum. Things change quickly in football, and nothing stays the same forever.
Okay.
Scarlett, let's hope that happens tonight.
Scarlett, are you concerned with Manchester City? Semenyo is going to happen today. They are linked with Mark Gahey as well. How much will they help Manchester City in terms of chipping into that lead that you've got?
Of course I'm concerned. The fan in me wants Pep Guardiola to hold his hands up after we hopefully win tomorrow and say, look, Arsenal deserve this title, here you go. But the fact is, City will never roll over. I mean, I don't know if anyone saw that quote that they put up at their training ground. Some fans tweet telling them that they never give in. But they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop trying. They're going to sign 2 peak age players who are in brilliant form, and they're going to go for it, and they're going to fight tooth and nail. I think the thing that gives me hope or makes me less nervous about them signing these players is that it smacks of desperation, which I think is what it is. They're trying to right some wrongs, and maybe the gap by that point will be unassailable. I don't think that's the case. I think they're going to keep going, but yeah, of course I'm concerned about Gahey in particular, because I think their defence has struggled this season.
Do you need any signings this January to make sure that you definitely get over the line?
No, I think there are such things as too big a squads, even in the modern game. And I think it's tempting when you see teams like City who, have big financial muscles to flex. Arsenal have obviously spent big in the summer. I acknowledge that. But I think it can be tempting to feel that you then have to react. And I think a title-winning squad, which hopefully I'll know a lot about at the end of this season, is a finely balanced thing, and you need to keep people involved. Eze is sat 4 games out, hasn't played at all. We've got incredibly talented players like Ethan Nwaneri not getting into match day squad. So I think as tempting as it is to want to continue to add, you have to recognise that there are individuals there that need to be kept involved, because I am sure there will be plenty of football to play, and we're going to need them at some point.
Well, just before Christmas, Sarah, when we asked you, it was you, me and Dara sitting here, wasn't it? And we asked you what you wanted for Christmas. You said you'd been a good girl, and you said you pretty much wanted about 4 top quality players to come so far. Now you've lost out on Semenyo. Are you still hopeful that you get a few in this month?
I've got to believe that we get Gahey. Like, seriously. He literally did his photo shoot in a Liverpool shirt, did all his press, and then it was pulled at the final second. Like, surely, if he's a man of honour, speaking to him directly here, if he's a man of honour, he will come to Liverpool and he will make a huge difference to us. And I hope that's the case. And yes, I also want Rodgers and Morton, but a girl can dream.
That was it, Rodgers and Morton. They were the others. Dara, I know how much you want Gahey at Liverpool as well.
Yeah, I'd love Liverpool to make one last splash and sign a couple of players. I would have given anything for Semenyo and Gahey. That would have been just the tonic and the lift, probably slot that dressing room and the fan base need at the moment. So I would be disappointed to leave this window. I know they do their business predominantly in the summer and it's not always January, but when you look at the deficiencies in the squad, I'm listening to Scarlett talk about players we'd love to have in our squad who weren't even getting games at Arsenal, and we're lacking in those areas. So we can rain on Slot and we can criticise and hammer him, give him a little bit more help in this window, which sounds mad after the money they've spent, but...
OK, prediction for tonight, Scarlett, quick one.
2-0 Arsenal.
Sarah?
2-1 Liverpool.
Oh, either way, it is going to be a big game. Scarlett,
The game
Sarah,
tomorrow
thank
is
you very much.
Arsenal against Liverpool. Arsenal looking to take the Premier League crown off Liverpool. Just a look when it comes to recent meetings. It's been quite close between the two sides. So let's get word from both the managers, Arteta and Slot, ahead of it.
We are top of the table. We play at home against a really, really good opponent, and we want to maintain our position. And in order to do that, we're gonna have to be excellent throughout the game to deserve to win the game. And that's the point we have to prove. Now we can go again and again. I mean, every week we have a point to prove.
Well, I think we've shown already that we can do this because we've beaten, for example, Arsenal at home. And I can come up with many other games that we've won against very strong teams. But we also know that it's going to be a special game for them as well. So we have to be completely ready because they are as well. They are in a very positive vibe at the moment, and it's obvious that we aren't, especially because we've conceded again a late goal. But I think everyone. Me for sure is looking forward to this game because it's always nice to be part of a Liverpool game, but especially if you face the Real Madrids or Arsenals or City or these kind of games. So we're definitely looking forward to going there tomorrow.
Yes, and all of our panel have gone for 2-0, so you probably shouldn't.
Boy.
You should go for a Liverpool win.
Yeah.
Shaka, Ale and Stuart all saying Arsenal are going to win this one 2-0.
Oh, boy, that's not a good sign. For
Never a good
Arsenal.
sign.
What do you think?
I don't give predictions anymore. It's my
boy,
New Year's
what a-
resolution.
Leandro Trossard proved to be the perfect antidote to Arsenal's attacking frustrations following Mikel Arteta's candid remarks about Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres may have struggled to truly impress since his summer arrival at Arsenal, but over the weekend, there was finally a glimpse of what he is capable of. More importantly, Trossard showed exactly why he could be the key to unlocking the Swedish striker's full potential during Arsenal's hard-fought 2-1 victory over Wolves at the Emirates Stadium. The 31-year-old winger injected fresh energy into Mikel Arteta's side on Saturday night and helped breathe new life into the Gunners' attack. Shortly after replacing Gabriel Martinelli in the second half, Arsenal found the breakthrough. While Trossard did not directly contribute to either the opening goal or the dramatic stoppage time winner, his influence on the game was undeniable. Trossard took control of proceedings, dictating the tempo and pulling the strings down the left flank. Time and again, he dismantled Wolves' compact defensive setup, releasing Miles Lewis-Skelly into space, picking out Declan Rice on the edge of the box, and crucially, feeding Gyökeres with intelligent, well-timed passes. Operating as a creative hub, the Belgian showcased his playmaking qualities, delivering sharp, purposeful distribution. His introduction completely shifted the momentum of the match, and for the first time in weeks, Arsenal's $64 million striker briefly looked like a genuine threat. Before Trossard's arrival, Gyökeres endured a frustrating and ineffective outing in attack. In fact, the Belgian was the only player to carve out a clear-cut opportunity for the 27-year-old forward, slipping a simple yet incisive ball in behind the Wolves' backline. Gyökeres controlled the pass, beat his defender, and aimed for the far post. Wolves goalkeeper Sam Johnstone was beaten, but the Swedish striker saw his effort agonizingly drift just wide. If Arteta truly wants to get the best out of Gyökeres, then granting Trossard a more prominent role in the starting 11th could be the solution. Speaking to TNT Sports after the win, the Arsenal manager openly addressed the challenges facing his marquee signing. It's a collaboration between the two, Arteta explained. He was in some really good positions, but the ball didn't arrive quickly enough, accurately enough, or with the precision a number 9 needs to score. But his commitment and intention were there, and we have to keep pushing. Arteta was equally vocal in defending Gyökeres prior to the match, urging patience with the striker's adaptation to English football. There was huge expectation because we were signing a proven goal scorer, probably with the best statistics in Europe, Arteta said. But he's coming into a different league, the most demanding league in the world. What happens if he doesn't score in 5 or 6 games? That was the only question I asked him. How are you going to react if you don't score in 5 or 6 matches? Can you handle that? And what about the next 100 games? That's what people need to see. The sample size is still very small, so leave him alone. Let him do what he does best. Support him, and I'm convinced things will come good. That message from Arteta resonated beyond the Emirates. In the days following the Wolves' victory, the debate around Gyökeres intensified among pundits, supporters, and former players. While some questioned whether Arsenal's record signing is truly suited to the Premier League's pace and physicality, others pointed to the structural issues around him rather than the striker himself. Much of the post-match analysis focused on Arsenal's chance creation and balance in the final third. The Wolves game highlighted a recurring theme this season. Gyökeres often makes the right movements, but the service into dangerous areas has been inconsistent. When Trossard entered the match, that problem briefly disappeared. Arsenal suddenly looked more fluid, more unpredictable, and far better equipped to supply a traditional number 9. Former players speaking on television and radio were quick to note the contrast. With Trossard drifting inside and linking play, Arsenal's attacking shape became more compact, allowing Gyökeres to stay higher up the pitch and occupy central defenders. That, in turn, created space for midfield runners like Rice and Ødegaard to arrive late in the box. It was a glimpse of an attacking formula that Arsenal have rarely sustained this season. The reaction from supporters has been equally divided. While frustration with Gyökeres' goal return remains, there is growing appreciation for his work rate, physical presence, and willingness to press from the front. Many fans now see Trossard as the missing connector, the player who can translate Gyökeres' movement into genuine scoring opportunities. Internally, Arteta faces an important decision. Persisting with a front line that isolates Gyökeres risks damaging the striker's confidence, especially with tougher fixtures on the horizon. At the same time, promoting Trossard to a regular starting role could mean reshuffling wide positions and reducing Martinelli's minutes, a bold call that would not come without consequences. Yet football at the highest level often comes down to chemistry rather than reputation. The Wolves match suggested that Arsenal's most expensive signing may not need drastic changes to his own game, but rather the right supporting cast around him. If Arteta embraces that idea, Gyökeres' slow start could soon be remembered as nothing more than a difficult adjustment period. For now, the pressure remains. Goals will ultimately define Gyökeres' Arsenal career, and patience in North London is never unlimited. But with Trossard offering clarity, creativity, and calm in possession, Arsenal may finally have found the key to unlocking their striker and turning promise into consistent production.